Hey everyone, it's Nancy and welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the camera gear and equipment that I use to make my YouTube videos. So if you're not a YouTuber but you like to make video content, then this video will be still very helpful to you if you guys are creating content for Facebook, Instagram, or just video content in general. And I want to share that you don't have to spend a lot of money just to create video content, and you can get started with whatever you have right now. And so the gear that I'm going to share with you guys is really simple and minimal, but it still allows me to produce high quality content at what I can afford right now. So the camera that I'm using now is the Canon G7X Mark II, which is what I'm filming this video on right now, and this has been the most amazing camera that I've used to date. And I've been creating YouTube videos since 2010. I started off using my Macbook Pro, using the camera that's built in there, and then just slowly worked my way up to this camera, and it has been amazing. It's super compact, the autofocus is amazing, and it's just so portable, but it is so powerful at the same time. And so the true test when I use this camera is when my husband Johnny and I went to Japan during April, and we took just this camera alone with like a handheld tripod, and we captured all our photos and videos using this camera, and I think it turned out awesome, especially because of the image stabilization that's on this camera. So when we're walking through the streets of Tokyo, we're like able to vlog and film without it being like crazy shaky cam, and it's just so easy to use. I have it on the auto setting for most of the time, and now I'm starting to explore different settings. But if you're just beginning to make YouTube videos, the auto setting on here is amazing, and it also has like a flip up screen, so it's really easy to see yourself and just to navigate all the menu items within the touchscreen option as well. And overall, it's just such a good portable camera, and it's really sturdy too. When you're holding it, it doesn't feel flimsy whatsoever. And so if you can get your hands on a good camera just to start off making videos and vlogs, I highly recommend the Canon G7X. I think it's still a little bit pricey in terms of a point and shoot camera, but this is such a good staple to have, and it'll cover like all of your video needs, whether you are just making videos for, again, social media, Facebook, Instagram, or you are filming vlogs or tutorials. And the fact that it's just so easy to use makes it such a huge selling point, because you don't want to be frustrated with like either too many options and functions that you don't know how to use, and it could be really overwhelming. So this is super straight to the point, and you can just capture the footage that you want and edit it super easy, so no fuss there, and that is a huge selling point. So as I was mentioning tripods, I use the Manfrotto handheld tripod, and it looks like this, and it's a little tripod that you can just hold like this, just so it gives you some extra length when you're vlogging, and it makes things a lot more stable. And it's just nice to have like a mini tripod in case you need to like set it down anywhere to get some more height. And also the top swivels, you like press this button right here and you can move the top, so you can get all these really cool and crazy angles. And it's just so portable. I carry this in my purse and any of my bags, and just put it right in, and you got a good vlogging tripod. The next tripod I use is by Amazon. It's part of their Amazon Basics line, and it's around like $20. So it's a really standard tripod, and it's the one that goes way taller than the handheld one. So it's like your basic tripod, and that is the one I use when I do sit down videos like this, or I just need something a little bit taller. And so that is the tripod I go to. I know there's tons in the market, but this one was really affordable, and it's been great so far. It hasn't broken on me. It's been awesome. The next piece of equipment I have are my umbrella lights, and these umbrella lights Johnny actually got for me years ago when I started doing YouTube, and he surprised me with them, and they're totally not necessary. I think natural light is the way to go, and that is my preferred way to film, but sometimes you need that boost of light, and they do come in really handy. And I know nowadays a lot of people use a ring light, and that's really good and powerful as well, so you just need one light versus like a set of two lights. So I have right now, I have my umbrella lights up right here and right here, and so it's really easy to maneuver, and I think nowadays they're more affordable than they were back then. So the next piece of equipment I have is my trusty phone. Right now I'm using an iPhone 10. Before I was using like an iPhone 8 before I upgraded to this, but I mean, we do everything with our phones now, and a lot of the videos and photos I capture are on my phone, and that I also send over to my computer to edit for vlogs or any video content that I want to capture for social media. Your phone is like the best tool out there, and you can't afford a dedicated camera. So definitely use this. And also on your phone, there's so many different apps that are free to edit videos. And if you don't have editing software like iMovie or Final Cut Pro, you can produce amazing videos straight from your phone. So I'm gonna share with you guys a few of the editing apps as well that I like to use when I edit videos specifically, but if you wanna see like a dedicated photo video, let me know down in the comments. I can share that with you guys too. So some of the apps that are really handy on the phone is of course the iMovie app. It's super standard on any iPhone, and that's the one I'm using, so I don't know anything else in terms of Android phones, so I'm so sorry about that. I can only reference what I have on my iPhone. But yeah, the iMovie app is awesome. I've used it at my old work when I need to piece together video clips. I film on my phone, and from there you can have a really nice video. And I used it for ads as well, and it works really well if you want to take that video piece created from your phone and use it on Facebook ads or social media posts. That is awesome. Another app is called CutStory, and so for there you can record your whole video on your phone and then put it into CutStory, and from there, depending on what platform you want to share it with, whether it is Instagram or Facebook, and they have certain time restrictions, you can select Instagram and it'll slice up your video into 15-second intervals. So it's really handy for that. If you are sharing on Instagram stories or on Facebook, you can have that edit down your video. And lastly, this is a really powerful app that I've recently discovered a few months ago, and it's called InShot, and it works for both video and photo. And so for video, you can upload your video, you can select the canvas, so whether you want it to be a square video, like a really tall one, different orientations for whatever you want to use it on, like vertically on the phone or landscape, you can edit all your video clips right here, trim them, add music, and it's just really awesome if you don't have iMovie. I think this does a little bit way more than iMovie because you have different options like uploading like transitions and more music to it, and it's just awesome because the huge thing is the orientation of your video. You can make a square video and a landscape video all in this app, and it's completely free. There is a pro version, but I just have the free one, and I'm able to create a video really well on here and just share it on my social media. But yeah, going back to the phone, if you guys don't have a dedicated camera or you can't afford one right now and you have a phone, pretty much everybody has a phone, don't let that stop you from creating content. Use your phone. The camera on there is awesome. And also, if you're using an iPhone, you could go into the settings and adjust it, and you can film like 4K videos depending which iPhone you have. And let me try to find it. You can also adjust the frame rate. You can have like a 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, and then you could really play with slow-mo. So if you think that your phone can't do a lot, definitely go into the settings and you can adjust it from there, and the quality can be bumped up so much. Sometimes it films even better than my camera because of how it works with low light, and it also has really good image stabilization as well. Most of my vlogs, if I film on my camera, it looks just as good as my camera. So don't let that deter you. Use what you have. Our phones are so powerful, it literally blows my mind. And then lastly, I have my trusty MacBook Pro computer that I edit my videos on. This is a 13-inch MacBook Pro. This is not the newest version. It's not the one that has like the touch screen on the very top, but it's just my trusty computer. So the editing app that I'm using right now is iMovie, and it comes standard on all Apple computers. And so I want to eventually upgrade to Final Cut Pro, and there's so many things you could do on that program. But right now I'm just on iMovie, and I think it's working really well for me right now because I want to get back to the basics on editing and cutting clips and adding just different transitions and music. It still allows me to do all those things. So now I've had to be a little bit more creative with how I film, because you can get even more creative with the way you film, like panning shots, and then it just makes your video look so much cooler. You don't have to rely solely on the editing program to make it look cool. So yeah, hopefully that won't make you feel as discouraged. Like, not everybody has Final Cut Pro, and you don't need it to make YouTube videos. You can use iMovie, it's still just as good, and later eventually I can upgrade to Final Cut when I'm there. So yeah, it's been really awesome learning the basics again, using iMovie and trying to be creative with what I have before I move on to the next software, because I know Final Cut Pro has so many more features and functionalities, but if I don't master the basics, then I'm gonna have a really hard time trying to navigate that. So don't take it as a limiting thing that if you are still on iMovie that you can't produce awesome videos. You totally can. But yeah, you just have to learn to use what you have on hand, and you can still produce amazing quality videos. So the last piece of equipment that you need to create YouTube videos is you. Creating videos in general can be really fun and also really stressful, but you just have to remember to have fun, to remember why you're creating the video in the first place, and just go with the flow. Don't let equipment or lack of equipment dictate whether you can create something amazing or not, because in the end, as long as you're happy with it, it's amazing no matter what. So little mindset shifts like that are super important to keep in mind. Otherwise, you don't want to feel like you can't produce anything just because you don't have the latest equipment or the latest camera. Don't let that stop you. Use whatever you have on hand right now, or go borrow some from a friend or a company. Just don't let anything stop you, and also be proud of your work no matter what stage in the process you're at. And eventually you're gonna get better and progress in your skill level. And I know I am not where I want to be yet, but I'm consistently working towards it, and that's what's making me really excited about this process. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and a little bit of insight into the gear that I use, and that you can go and create some awesome videos yourself. If you have any questions at all about social media, about YouTube, and just life in general, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm more than happy to connect with you guys in the comments, and also on Instagram. That's probably the best place to find me, connect. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you found it helpful. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every single week to help you live happily, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have an awesome day. Bye guys.